Hi, my name is Samuel Whitworth, and I spent my last year doing an industrial placement with Meritor Heavy Vehicle Braking Systems in Cwmbran in South Wales. So Meritor as a company is a large supplier of drive axles and braking systems and suspension systems to the heavy haulage industry and a lot of tractor trailer operations such as that. Their centre in Cwmbran in South Wales is known as their specialist centre for braking technology. And houses the vast majority of their braking manufacturing in Europe. Is actually the third largest manufacturer of brakes in Europe as a whole. So what I did whilst I was there was known as direct materials optimization. That was the department that I was assigned to, and essentially as a large company we have an obligation to our existing customers and to attract new customers to actually reduce the price of our brakes every year. And as far as the DMO team was concerned, the best way to do that was to actually analyse the brake and look where we could redesign certain parts or change the material of certain parts or change the supplier of certain parts in order to save a little bit of money. And so the DMO team was actually responsible for performing a lot of the tests and validation measures to make sure that these parts were within specification for the brakes, which of course is absolutely essential in a safety critical component such as a brake. So there was a lot of work to be done there, and to start with I was mostly responsible performing some of the smaller yet time consuming tasks that weren't necessarily expected of some of the full-time employees. But of course as time went on and I built my confidence and my trust and my superiors gained confidence in me, I was trusted with some of the larger tests that actually placed an entire brake assembly in an environmental testing machine, for example, for a number of weeks or months. And those projects were actually a great experience for me to actually learn a lot about organisation and the function of the brake, and ensuring that I understood the testing procedure so that I could actually lead the task and organise the resources and make sure that all the technicians knew what they were doing and when they were supposed to do it. So I very much enjoyed my time with DMO. It was a very strong team structure. There was a lot of kind of collaborative learning and working, and it was a judgment-free environment for me to learn as much as possible, essentially. I also took a lot of time to develop the 3D printing suite. So of course, rapid prototyping, cheap models. 3D printing is a great benefit to any modern manufacturing environment, and I helped to take that suite from a capacity of 1 single printer to 6 by the time I left. So there was a lot to learn there about kind of the mechanical and the electrical and the software-based systems of each printer, and kind of employ that knowledge to diagnose problems and generate solutions. I also learned a lot about CAD, just kind of challenging myself, finding people at the company that were experienced with it and asking them questions. Of course, I learned a lot about materials, being in the materials department. There's all sorts of experts there that are more than willing to help you out and answer questions. So it was a great field of engineering for me to learn about, and very interesting. I didn't realise that I would be interested in it coming in, and by the time I left, you know, I very much enjoy it now, and I'm taking it as one of my third year modules. So yeah, that's most of what I have to talk about. I would fully recommend it to anyone planning to do a year in industry from Cardiff University. It's particularly beneficial because it's within commuting distance of Cardiff, so you don't actually have to, you know, move away and kind of break up your social commitments or your friendships. And that is just one of many benefits of working there, including a very generous salary and other kind of benefits with the hours and Christmas bonus and whatever. So yeah, thank you very much.